Good morning, everybody, and this is your DAX day trade setups for today. I just want to start off with the weekly, so it's not as clear cut as what we see on the S&P, but nevertheless, it is also a bit of structure here, and this one is actually a fake out as well, because there's my flag, and then we faked out properly to the downside. We're now testing sort of almost the underside of that flag. So it all depends what happens here. If we do reject this area, then there is merit for a move further down. We do have this crossover on the weekly, which is bearish, but we are between the moving averages, so that kind of indicates range. And then we have this massive grouping of the oscillators to the downside on the weekly. And every time that happens, you can see what transpires. And we've got diversions. So not as clear cut as what's on the S&P. The S&P is testing the top of the flag, and lots of price action indicating a move to the upside. So for us, the last couple of 8-hour bars have been just ranging, and there is a bit of structure here, right? So, right there. But I think more importantly is this downward trend line here with the 150 EMA at the moment. So we do have a crossover. We're stuck between the moving average at the moment, and we are grouped to the upside. So 50-50 call here. That is a bit of a rejection bar as well. That could be a case of pullback. Now, I'm going to put some structure in here because I think it's going to be very wise to pay attention to these levels. All right, like that. Okay, let's get down to the 3-hour now. Don't forget to hit that like button, and also just be aware I'm going to be away for 10 days from Thursday, basically. So from Thursday onwards, we'll be on a bit of a road trip. No signal, just some good tunes, good friends, and some travel. If we take the 3-hour, and you have a very careful look here, you can see it looks like we're going parabolic, and we've broken this parabolic curve. So there, I don't have a curve tool on this, but if you draw a line like that, you'll see there's a curve. We are grouped to the upside. We do have a bit of a crossover, and could be ranging, but anyway, we've got a crossover of all the moving averages. Pull back onto any one of these moving averages would test the break of the 150 EMA. And that's exactly what we want. And we also want this to come off this parabolic curve and come more into a straight line. So what we do want is the thing to pull back off here for another attempt at this trend line. Now, it does look like it's setting up for that on the 3-hour, and on the hour, a little bit of a different picture. So it was big down, big up, big down on Friday, but I think that's more profit taking after a really strong week. So for me, we're probably going to be going into a squeeze here. If you just take the high of Friday, I think, let's just put it in. It's going to make it messy, but you'll have to look through all the red. So if you just look at that and we just range there, that's perfect. I get a break of Friday's high and a retest of 15,270. Then it's onwards and upwards, and we're looking for a trade to the upside. If we start getting a break of it to the downside, then we're looking further down. We're looking at 15,094, and we're looking at this one here at 15,030 for a move to the upside. So the thing that concerns me about this is then that takes out Friday's price action, and we start coming down here. And the other thing is, if you just take this on a daily, you can see a bit of a range bar, bit of a rejection bar. Don't really know what it is, but it's confusion. So I'm a little bit cautious here. I think the S&P is probably a lot stronger to trade today than this is, because you definitely don't want to be caught in this kind of big up, big down nonsense that's in play at the moment. So I'm kind of sit on hands here. I don't really want to be long, just looking at the price action, but I also don't want to be short because we are in this strong uptrend. So I'd rather wait for confirmation for one of the directions before looking at this. So the S&P is very clear. There's some clear structure. You probably see a pullback onto it, or a consolidation, and then a break of the consolidation. There's a clear target ahead of it, whereas on the DAX it's not so clear. It's kind of all over the place at the moment. So yeah, I'm sit on hands on the DAX until we get some decent structure, and then we will be looking for longs more than likely. So it's either going to be a fairly decent pullback onto structure to build a base, or we're going to consolidate here properly and then break to the upside. So it's only those two choices right now. I don't see us just breaking through the level to the upside just yet. I'd want to see a break and a retest before committing to the longs, in this area anyway. Otherwise, what I'd be looking for is a break to the downside and then build a base off some structure lower down, which would allow me to get in long deeper down, which is probably going to be a little bit better for the bank balance anyway. So that's kind of my view. Sit on hands with the DAX at the moment until we get some breaks to the upside, or we break the downside and start building a base lower down. That's my two plans of action. Hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning. Cheers for now.